What is happening, sports fans? It's your main man, Matt, from the DFS 5-pack. I am rocking it solo. It is Friday, May 6th. I am back. It's been a good couple weeks off. I've spent time with my wife and my new daughter, so everything is going great over there. I'm happy to be back on here with you. I figured since it was my first day back, I was just going to make one video, members only, free to the public. As I said, I'm excited to get back on here. Rain all over tonight, so a couple games have already been PPD'd. Other spots look a little bit dicey, but we will get into it. Yeah, it's been a minute, but happy to be back on here. Before I get into the MLB, and I'm going to shout out our promoter real quick. So ABC Islands, the link and the promo code will be in the description section. We've had a bunch of people have had success over there so far, so I encourage everyone to check it out. Just another really cool book to use if you're into that sort of stuff. Now that I'm back making videos, we'll have betting content out sooner rather than later. I know a bunch of you guys are excited for that. I am too. Hopefully we can get Patriot back on here with me sooner rather than later as well, because I like making videos with him. In the meantime, you got me solo. We got 11 MLB games to talk over. It started out as like a 14-game slate. We've had 3 games called off already. As I said, there's some other spots that look kind of dicey. Let me pull that up right now before I share the screen. I can do both at one time. All right, so Kansas City, Baltimore looks like might have some issues. Toronto, Cleveland. I'm in Cleveland. The weather is ugly here. I'm not sure if it's a rain out, but it's definitely pitcher friendly if they play. And even then, like, it's going to be raining for most of the game, I feel like. Other than that, not really anything really to worry about. Pittsburgh, Cincinnati's not on this slate, so that's really the only other spot aside from the 3 games that have already been called off. I'm going to do this position by position because why not? I like talking about pitchers first. I think they're their own entity and probably the most important, breaking point of the slate. Starting at top, we've had Max Scherzer no longer on the slate. Eric Lauer has been tremendous so far this year. Got a lot of good calls in that Philly start, backed it up with 11 strikeouts against the Cubs. It was really, really good. He's having a really good year, has been excellent in his past 2. I'm still not excited about, spending that much money on him in a tough spot in Atlanta. That's not going to be where I go. Kevin Gausman has been even better than Lauer so far this year, following up his amazing season last year with the Giants. He's carried it over this year to Toronto. I don't love the weather in this game, but that's mostly for hitters. Gausman looks good here at 10K. He should have no problem cutting up this Indians lineup. Yu Darvish has been very boom or bust. We've seen that a lot throughout his career. This year's no different. Was okay last time out against Pittsburgh and got rolled in that start against the Giants. Was good in his season debut against the Diamondbacks, and then a couple starts in between there was really, really good. I like him tonight. Priced affordably at 9,400. Really good spot against Miami. I'm a fan of Darvish, and he's right up there as my favorite pitcher on the slate tonight. If I were making one lineup right now, he would probably be in it. Logan Gilbert. Nice to see him come out of that Miami start with 20 DK points. I mean, he's throwing a lot of pitches. He's good. I'm a big Gilbert fan. Tampa, it's not a lineup you want to go out of your way to face, but they can strike out. Gilbert, 20-plus in every start so far this year. Fairly priced at 9,200. Definitely on my short list here. Not getting a lot of love. I like him quite a bit. Eovaldi, I think, is in play. Was awesome against the Orioles last time out. More solid than spectacular. The White Sox have been pretty disappointing this year, especially against right-handed pitching, so I don't hate it. He won't get any love with Bieber right here. I think Bieber's wildly in play. Tough matchup for him against Toronto, but he's still one of the best pitchers in baseball. I don't think you're crazy to look at some Toronto bats on the other side of him just because he does give up some power. He's not the ace that he was 2 years ago, but like I said, he's still one of the better pitchers in baseball, and he's very, very affordable at 8,700. So despite the tough matchup, he is, wildly in play here. Alex Cobb was horrendous last time out. Only reason he wasn't like minus 20 is because a Nelson Cruz double got called got called an error. So a lot of those runs were unearned, excuse me. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really interested in Cobb here at 8,400. No thanks. Merrill Kelly's having a very good season. Was awesome last time out in St. Louis. Got hit around a little bit by the Dodgers, but I mean, the Dodgers can hit basically anyone. Now facing the Rockies at home. I don't hate it. I wish you were a little bit cheaper, but I don't hate it. Chad Kuhl. Kuhl's also having a good year. I'm not buying what Kuhl is selling, but he has been good so far this year. The Diamondbacks are getting a lot of love. I've seen worse plays, but probably not where I go. From a talent standpoint, I'll take Alcantara over either of those guys, but he's in a much tougher spot. I definitely prefer him at home. He's really, really affordable for his upside. So at 7,700, I don't mind it, but on paper, I think he's like not one of the top two guys on the slate just because of the matchup. Luis Garcia, very mad on him. No thanks there. Velasquez, no. Josh Winder, he was awesome against the Rays last time out. Struck out 7 in a win. Now he gets Oakland at home. He's only 6,400. Again, I don't hate it, but I don't think he's going to have that type of performance again. It's just a matter of he is in a good matchup. So you want to pick on the A's, do your thing. Fleming, no thanks. Hicks, not going to go that deep. Bo Brisky was good against the Dodgers last time out. Gave up a leadoff homer to Mookie Betts, then really limited the damage after that. Only allowed 3 more hits. Another really tough spot. So I don't think I'm going to get to Brisky, but maybe that takes me away from Houston a little bit. He was really good last time out, but Houston still looks great here. They're getting love, but they look really good. Jaime Barria, no thanks. Pitch count concerns, and he's not a big strikeout guy anyways, so no thanks there. Johan Adon, I like the Angels a lot tonight. Unfortunately, they're getting a lot of love, but I have no interest in Adon. Hernandez and Lyles, I could both see in tournaments if the game looks good to play. Strider, no thanks. Chavez, not going to go that deep. Whistler's only an opener. And then Zach Loge, he's starting tonight. Not a great spot against Minnesota, but he's starting at 4K. So, if you want to really load up elsewhere, I don't hate it. So if I'm making one lineup right now, there's some really good options here, but I'm going to go Darvish and Gilbert. I feel best about those two, at least, like I said, as of now. All right. From a hitter standpoint, give me 1 second. I'm just pulling up some ownership here. All righty. So I know Lauer's been really good this year, but D'Arnaud has been also really good this year. He's expensive. I don't mind some Braves here. I'm just not buying what Lauer is selling. So, I don't think the Braves are the best stack on the board, but they won't get any love. Salvador Perez coming in as the highest owned catcher. You're getting in Baltimore against Jordan Lyles. Kansas City's getting a bunch of love. It makes sense. Casey's in a really good spot here. After that, in tournaments, obviously looking at whoever you stack. I think Gary Sanchez will get love here. He makes sense against Loge, or however you pronounce his last name. He's on the outfield now, Varsho, that is. Otherwise, he'd be getting a lot of love at catcher. Molina went yard last night. He's cheap at 3,300. Don't hate that. MJ Melendez, who has also been in Casey's lineup recently. I guess their lineup already came out, and he is not in it. That would make sense considering Perez has the 3 next to him. Obviously, their lineup came out, so nothing really abnormal in their lineup here. Olivares at 2,500. We'll get to him when we talk about outfielders. But, yeah, from a catching standpoint, I wish Melendez were in the lineup, but he's not. We'll have to wait and see all these lineups come out before we really know where we're gonna go. Chirinos, assuming he's in there. Martin Maldonado always works in the Houston stack, even though he's not very good. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what lineups look like when they come out. I like the Angels, as I mentioned. I'm sure people won't be going out of their way to spend 3,800 on Stassi. Don't mind him if Kurt Suzuki makes the lineup, him too. All right, first base. Pretty loaded position tonight. Ohtani looks great. He's getting a lot of love. He looks really good here. He had 2 hits yesterday. His last at bat off the wall. First base and outfield eligible. He looks great here. He's getting love, and it makes a lot of sense. I like him quite a bit here. He's probably the top option on the board. After that, Jose Abreu started to see the ball decently. I don't mind him. He's affordable at 4,300. Rowdy Tellez, red hot right now. I don't hate the Milwaukee stack tonight. Jesse Chavez, he's not very good. He's just the opener anyways. So I think Milwaukee won't get a lot of love, and they're intriguing, if nothing else. Gurriel looks good, and then Jared Walsh. Red hot right now, 53 DK points over his last 2 games. He looks great here, 3,700. Another guy getting love is Seth Beer. Hasn't been great recently, but he's got nice pedigree as a highly touted prospect. Arizona's getting love here, and he looks good. Mountcastle, 2 homers last night. I don't think you're crazy to go back there, along with Mancini. They both work. Boston also looks good here. So Franchi Cordero, who I'm presuming makes the lineup tonight, 2,300. Yeah, I can definitely get on board with that. All righty, so moving on to second base. My favorite first baseman's probably Walsh. In cash games, I think the second baseman is Jose Altuve. Affordable at 4,500. Has come out, after being injured, swinging a really hot bat, homered on the first pitch last night. He's elite in every sense of the word. I like Story, even against Velasquez. Velasquez is usually better against righties, but I could see Boston really getting to him here. Brandon Lau, I like Gilbert a lot, but Lau is really cheap, so he makes sense. Ketel Marte started off the season really slow, but all of a sudden he's got double digits in 4 in a row. 2 walks in a couple days ago. I think they played yesterday. Yeah, no, they didn't play yesterday. 2 walks on Wednesday, along with 2 hits. I like him a lot. My favorite piece of Arizona for sure. David Fletcher, he hit second while Trout was out of the lineup. So, presuming he's right back in there, I don't mind Fletcher at all. No one like crazy cheap, at least as I'm now. I'm pining after. There's some nice mid-tier pieces there for sure, though. All right, third base. Ooh, Jose Ramirez is expensive. Against Gausman, tough to make a case for him here, except for large field tournaments, because he won't get much love. What about the year Machado and Arenado are both having? Machado just getting close to 400, 374. He is just on a tear. I don't mind him on any slate right now. Same with Arenado. Walked twice yesterday. Alex Cobb doesn't scare me at all. So Arenado and Machado can play every slate they're on right now. Devers in that Boston stack. Yes, please. Rendon facing Adone. Rendon versus Adone definitely makes sense there for me. In the Angel stack, Suarez, I don't mind. Fleming's going to be pitching for Tampa. Should get a couple at-bats against him. Big power against left-handed pitching, if nothing else. Let's see who's getting a lot of love here. Devers looks like he's coming in as the most popular, and then Alex Bregman. Makes sense. Houston and Boston, both in very good spots. Bregman affordable under 5K. Yeah, no one like dirt cheap I want to go to here, but a bunch of good options, especially in the upper tier. Rendon works in that Angel stack. All right, shortstop. Javi Baez is way too expensive. Bogarts looks good. He's really turned his season around. Hitting 354 looks great. JP Crawford hitting 363. Don't mind him at all. I don't mind some pieces of Seattle. Willie Adames, red hot right now. 64 DK points over his past 3 games. Locked in. No Correa tonight. Royce Lewis got called up. He's 2K. I mean, he will probably be really popular. I don't mind it at all. Starts his career in a great spot at home against, a non-great Oakland pitcher and a bad bullpen. He looks like the logical cash game shortstop here, and on paper, he's a really good play. DeYoung continues to struggle. Only a matter of time before Nolan Gorman comes up, who's one of the top prospects in baseball, will only strengthen that St. Louis lineup. Yeah, I don't mind just going all the way down to Royce Lewis here. Even in tournaments, it's just a filler piece. I don't love shortstop today. Obviously, there's some good spend-up options, but one of the weaker positions in my mind. Then I want to call up Bo Bichette also. Check the game log. Double digits in 5 of 6. He's got 9 in that 6th game. Even against Bieber, big-time power, speed, upside. I don't mind him one bit. All right, outfield. So I mentioned Ohtani already. He looks great. I'm surprised. Well, not that surprised. Marsh getting a ton of love, even though he's not a catcher anymore. Leading off for Arizona, 3,700 makes sense. I like all the Angels guys. So talked about Ohtani. Trout obviously was struggling a little bit. Then got a hit in his walk in his last 2 at bats on Wednesday. I'm calling a big game for Trout tonight. Looks like Buxton, Varsho, Olivares, Pavin Smith, and Juan Soto are the highest owned guys tonight in the outfield. Soto leading cores, but he's elite and red hot right now. Buxton, arguably the best player in baseball at this moment. He's just amazing, spectacular to watch. Tough fade right now for sure. Yordan Alvarez also getting love. It makes sense. He's also elite, massive power, and a great spot against Bo Brisky. And then I talked about 2 cheaper guys. Olivares, who is leading off in Baltimore against Jordan Lyles. And then Pavin Smith. Hitting second for Arizona, presumably. He's turned his season around too after struggling for much of the beginning. In cash games, I think you're looking at a bunch of those guys. Obviously all the Angels guys are also in play. Speaking of the Angels guys, I like Brandon Marsh. Probably at the bottom of this lineup, but was struggling big time then. Got a double. Doubled. No, I can't remember if it was a double or single. Well, it was a single given the game log, but hard hit ball, then followed up with a deep home run yesterday. I like going right back to Marsh here. Will be in the lineup. Joe Adell isn't in the majors anymore. He got called down. Taylor Ward has had a really good start to the season, hitting 368. I like him in the stack. He won't get as much love as the other guys either. The cheaper guy I'm going to call out that I've been playing is Juan Yepez. He started off his career looking really good at the plate. 20 DK points over his first 2 games in the lineup. Yeah, he looks good here for sure. Other than that, obviously it's baseball. There's going to be a ton of outfielders in play always. Just going to have to pick your spots. Tyler O'Neill, red hot right now. 4 for his last 9. Bunch of extra base hits in there. I like going right back there. Cobb is, again, not a guy that scares me, so he's a one-off I like. And then, you guys get the gist of it. Always going to be a lot of good outfielders in play. Just want to highlight my favorites. That's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. My first video back. It felt good. I'll be back this weekend to make some videos for you guys, so appreciate it. If you want more content, more info, more write-ups, more me, any of that stuff, go check out the DFS 5-pack. Love to have you. Let's crush tonight, guys. Catch you on the flip side tomorrow.